That's a little too soon.
I was about to take it.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back from break for some more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. When we left off, the party had just finished a first meeting with Teresa Alvrindar and her mage, Ilnor. And they have been charged with assassinating the commander of the Legion of Azraq himself. And now you guys are being led to the... and it was described to you in this way, right? The eastern ruins of Stromkolter, right? So, as this drow, Argulace, takes you to this crossroads, right? He heads northwest, back up the way you had come.
Hey, what's that way? What's behind us? Argulace. What's that way?
He kind of turns and he says, my order, and he says it in kind of very thick, accented common, right? He says, my orders said nothing about speaking.
Yeah, right.
And then he just turns on his heel and keeps walking.
You know, could be fun.
So, real quick, how close were we to dying just then?
Didn't seem that close.
Yes.
Good to know.
She was not too keen on our group from the get-go, and
we got some lagger behinders.
I think we could have taken her.
Beans.
Out of character. Not saying this next to Argulace.
Yeah, some of you are falling behind. We're moving.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I did not see it move.
Yeah. So Argulace is keeping a brisk pace. So yeah, as long as you guys, I'm assuming you guys are kind of like walking, 15, 20 feet behind, keeping him in sight range. But, far enough back that you can have a conversation without him overhearing. He's not trying to overhear you. He's trying to do what he was ordered to do as quickly as possible.
No, listening was not part of the orders.
Yeah,
So-
listening was not part of his orders.
She pretty much was thinking about making us slaves.
So,
But the mage
It's not very nice.
decided that we could be useful or at least dispensable, and so we are still alive and not fighting for our lives yet.
So if this guy takes too long or somehow fucks us up, is he gonna be the next one on the wall getting whipped?
So
Hard to know.
Argulace takes you west and south past the entry to floor 3. And then after it curves south, or after it heads south for a while, it curves back east. And then there's a sudden break, right? It suddenly looks as though the area just is part of one immense cave-in. There's clear that there's been some work done in some of these areas to kind of open up, kind of like the entryway that you walk into. But as you guys follow Argulace south, describe the next place for you. You find yourselves, as you step into this area, a light breeze filters past you. There is a sense of calmness here, a lack of anything. You see before you the ruins of some ancient underground city, perhaps, but nothing stirs. You hear no sounds, though there are tracks here, dozens of different sized movements through the soft silt. Crumbling single-story buildings stand empty here, their roofs caved in and their insides picked clean. Sections of the cavern show signs of collapse, with rocks scattered here and there across the floor. Argulace spends a little time picking his way through the filled streets of this section, heading ever southward.
Okay.
Oh, there's a
Ruined
bunch of
town.
little. Ah,
Little
this
nooks
is
and
like
crannies.
this is like an entire village.
Yeah, like I said, it's like a ruined underground city collapsed.
Wow.
So you come to
Like-
another tunnel, right? And Argelace actually stops for a brief moment to make sure that all of you are keeping up. And he turns and kind of with a curled upper lip, he says, again in this thick, common accent, he says, "Do not be slow. There are things here that, well, will be happy if you stray. Follow."
What kind of things?
Turns and he
Things with cool bones? What kind of things? Argelace. Hey. Hey, what kind of things?
As you follow him down
hey,
as you
Argelace.
follow him down the tunnel, right? You pass a tunnel heading eastward. And within that tunnel, you hear a chuffing sound, followed by what sounds like the tinkle of coin scattering across a stone floor.
Damn, dragon. Is there a dragon in there? Argelace, what's in there?
He keeps walking and chilling.
One way to find out.
I mean, I'm walking, but Argelace.
He stops
Hey.
and he says, "What's
What's in there?
your doom?
Cool. Dragon? What is it?
None
Buffalo?
of your business."
Buffalo. I
Alright,
bet
I'm
you
gonna go
it's
check.
a lot of buffalo.
He chuckles and he says, "I would not do that if I
Well,
were
what's in
you,
there then?
a beast."
What kind of beast? What's it look like? Buffalo? Yak? Lizard?
Probably a lizard, yeah.
Can it
He
be stunned?
smiles at you, right?
Yeah.
And he says,
Is it? It's
"Would
sounds
you
like
like
something ripe
to
for this
see?"
stuttering.
He looks like evilly at all of you. He says, "Would that I could show you. Unfortunately, I cannot."
He
Is
has
it
one
your
up on
task?
the wall.
You are to follow me. Come.
We're
now."
still on task. We're still on in track.
And he starts moving.
Fine. Walk and talk then. Hey, what was in those buildings?
There is nothing in those buildings.
What's in the rooms? Cool stuff? Do they have bones?
The
Brick?
area is unstable, which is why we do not stay there.
No. Well, you said stuff was lurking.
What kind of stuff?
Tremors don't lurk. What was lurking?
There are things lurking, and he kind of like, now that you all kind of step into this tunnel, kind of bells out, right? He gestures and he says, "Stuff is lurking." And
Damn, is it an ambush? Drow
So-
ambush?
Does he
the
like smoke
area
bomb
before
disappear?
you, the area before you, seems similar to the ruins to the north, but significantly less damaged. The cavern here is quite large, around 30 foot high and too wide and long to see the end of it. There is a
See the end of it right now?
maze of crumbling stone buildings before you, many of which do seem partially collapsed, but there are definitely signs of inhabitants here. Small plumes of smoke rise from some of the buildings, and there are the typical smells, both good and bad, of a settlement. The temperature here is also noticeably warmer. You also notice that webs are strung on and between many of the buildings, but they're not thick enough that they would inhibit your movements. And so Argilis kind of like gestures to this grand cavern, and he says, "This area is held by our house. Do not tarry. If you are found here without, you will be shot."
Uh-huh.
Or worse.
Mm-hmm.
Come with me.
So we'll meet you back here in like a day or two.
He turns and he says, "Yes, that will be well."
No, I mean like to go on the other side first.
He looks at you and he says, "I am to lead you to the other side of the settlement. Now."
All right, well, lead on.
Man, guys, we're gonna have a lot of exploring to do.
And so he starts to lead through. So you can, you guys follow him through these streets. These streets are much cleaner than the ruins to the north, right? You see plumes of smoke coming out of several buildings. But Argilis does not tarry. He just keeps walking through them like he is a man on a mission.
We could just kill him. We could just kill him right now.
We could, but why would we?
Because he's gonna trap us on the side with a legion of fucking hobgoblins?
Yeah, which are all gonna be super cool. And
So-
they're gonna like morally conflict us about what we should do.
Well, they can't
There's
possibly
no
be worse than
moral
these
confliction
dicks.
here.
Maybe
As
we talk to them and decide to help them against the drow.
as Argilis,
A lot of people.
Argilis walks you guys through this settlement. You wind through alleyways, around buildings, and then as you get towards the south, you do see that it begins to be more collapsed, right? There are more caved-in buildings, there's more rubble lining the streets. And Argilis begins to take his time, kind of carefully picking his way through the rubble-laden avenues. Winding around before he reaches the southern exit.
This place is gargantuan.
It's
Shit.
massive. And
Damn,
so
how many drow you think they
he
got in here?
reaches the
7?
southern exit, and then he just points south and he says, "That way. If you head west, you will find the Legion eventually. Good luck."
Good luck to you
Okay.
as well.
Good luck.
I do not think I will be eating it.
I don't know. I saw your buddy strapped up to the wall. You could be next.
And he kind of, you see him kind of like, his eyes flicker down, right? And he says, "I do not think so. I'm not quite so handsome as Inarak used to be. I doubt I will find myself of service. But it's not so bad.
Not
I
getting
do not
dick-
end up in the same location."
Damn. Pays to be
Until
ugly.
she gets desperate.
Lady Teresa doesn't-
Well,
Death.
if it is my time to go in service to my mission, I can think of worse ways.
I can think of better.
He just kind of backs off and he says, "You have wasted enough of my time. My mission here is done. Leave."
All right. It was nice Talking to you.
Again, sincerely, good luck.
He looks at Ashes, looks at the tiefling, and says, "The pleasure was all yours." And then he begins to kind of like walk back the way he came. Slowly, right? He's not just like marching off, but he's taking his leave.
So he never told us what's actually lurking about, did he?
Nope.
No.
Kept dodging the question.
Well,
So-
we should make some distance.
Already on it.
As you all head south, the air around you becomes noticeably more clammy.
Hmm.
And you begin to hear. Is that loud for you guys?
No.
It's noticeable, but I wouldn't call it.
Okay, then that's what I'm trying to achieve. You begin to hear in the distance running water.
Okay.
Hey, Matt.
Man, I had to pee before this, but now.
We took a
If-
bio break for a reason.
Yeah, well, I didn't have to go then.
You should have
if my-
gone when we stopped at the store.
You know he doesn't listen to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So hey guys, I don't. Did you guys have this conversation while I was gone? What are we gonna do, right? He strongly alluded we can't go back, and the entrance to the surface is up there. So
Well, I kind of look off to the east. I'm like, Matt's thing was down here, right? We've gone about as south as we can, so we go east instead of west.
We are pretty south.
Actually, man, we're only as far south as we went. I just zoomed out on the map.
Zoomed out
It's
on
still south.
And I mean, to be fair, like based on where I last felt it, it was kind of more south than southeast. So I mean, we could go a little east and then more south. Probably find it.
You can always do the kata again if you reorient yourself.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I
Whatever.
could. Yeah.
I mean, it's
sure.
cool to watch.
I'm gonna go through
I
a
mean,
quick
it doesn't
kata.
take a long time. It just takes a few 20,
Yeah,
30
step
seconds.
over into this hallway here and just like go through the motions and just kind of see what I'm feeling.
Okay. The suspense kind of gone, right? The lodestone acclimated to where it is targeting. It is very simple and quick for you to go through the form and point Konbokiri, and it's almost due east now.
How about
Due
before we go
east.
visit our buddy?
Yeah,
Azrock,
whereas you
we-
were told to go west to the Legion of Azraq, this is almost due east.
Well, we're under no strict need to take care of their thing at
Wait,
any
look,
specific
look.
time, right?
We were not given a time frame. Just saying.
It's just now you guys are on the other side of Drow lines, so it's how long and how safe can you stay down here?
Pretty
That's
safe
what she
once we
said.
kill every fucking drow.
Kill every. Okay, there you go. Gotcha. Understood.
I mean,
Battle Royale.
But here's the thing, right? If you're gonna kill every drow, you might want to be fresh when you do that.
That's fair.
You know. So,
Yeah, I'm pretty fresh.
the kata points east. Your mission points west.
to the west.
Where would you all like to go?
Mm,
Look, you always do the side quest first.
yeah, yeah.
Always.
Story.
Always.
Which one's the side quest?
I think for Matashtai, this is his main quest. What are you talking about?
Look,
Like-
in my world where this is my game, like this isn't a main quest.
For Jade,
Ouch.
this is assisting an NPC with their
Ouch.
loyalty
Bullshit.
quest.
Oh, God, all these fetch quests. Ugh.
It's
I need
fine.
10
It
more
might make one of my
mushroom
party
hearts.
members stronger, so I might as well get it out of the way.
I mean, you unlock their special ability once you gain loyalty.
Yeah.
All right, then to the east.
To the east.
Besides, I really don't like
okay.
to draw people. They're mean.
So, to the
And who knows? Maybe this artifact will help us in some way.
the rushing of the river Thargoth
Maybe we'll die trying.
dominates this area. As you guys kind of come into this small riverside cavern, at the river's edge is a stony beach, scattered with bits of sodden plant life and fish skeleton. Leaning against the northern and southern walls are two large rafts made of some strange wood lashed together with thick white ropes. Resting nearby are several long, sturdy-looking poles. And there is a winding tunnel to the south. Say what?
So it's a raft that we can ferry ourselves across with?
In theory.
Oh, this is a tunnel, guys.
Yeah, there's a tunnel that winds its way southwards.
Well, tunnel or raft?
You know
What
what?
do you guys feel like?
I've never really spent a whole lot of time on the water.
The river, as you guys are kind of like, you can see it, right, from where you're at. You can see the river's edge. You can't see far out into the river, but you can hear it. It dominates the sound around you, right? The gurgling and rushing of the river. It's not lazy, right? But it's not a swift river, right? It's not rushing rapids or torrents or anything like that. You can imagine it is a river of enough strength that you could ply your way. So it's running southward, right? It's not so swift that you don't think you couldn't ferry your way northward against the current if you so chose. It would just be strenuous work.
Can all four of us fit on one?
Yes, the rafts are just big enough for you to fit 4 people on one. They're basically 10 by 10s.
How long are the associated oars or sticks or whatever?
The poles are, I want to say they're right at about 10 feet, but let me double check. Yeah.
More 10-foot poles.
They are 10 feet in length. They're significantly thicker than your average 10-foot pole, right? They're meant to
Super
deal with the water, and they've kind of gotten not rubber, but they've got rounded tips, and they seem to be maybe like lacquered or something like that. On the
So
ends.
it's safe to assume that the river's not that deep if we don't have oars.
Doesn't seem like it.
10 feet's taller than I.
Well, you gotta imagine, there's a bunch of height from where you're using it down to your feet where the water is, and that's when it starts extending into the water.
I do not have to imagine.
It's
Yeah, you
entirely
tell him.
possible that keep in mind, it's also entirely possible that the shoreline is only 10 feet or less, and that the deepest parts of the river are more than 10.
So that's where the Kraken is.
That's where the Kraken is, absolutely.
Yeah, that's where the Kraken hangs out.
So you guys are aware.
I don't know. This feels more like Aboleth territory to me.
I feel like we give the raft a try.
You gonna start with the Wrath?
Yeah.
That was like a poor choice, but let's do it.
We have
I
to
mean,
follow the
It's like we're in
NPC's
D&D,
requests.
We're
Zach.
given a raft. How can we say no to using a raft?
Yeah, this is an escort quest, and NPC's going to the east.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
So you guys
Grab my
want to
character.
pull one of the rafts over. We'll do this. I'll actually draw a shape for you guys. Give a little.
I'll draw a shape for you, Jim.
Draw a little
We'll do a.
Draw a little shape for you guys right now.
Nice, Zach.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
Something about like that. You guys got
Beautiful.
a little raft.
I'll grab one of the 10-foot or raft poles.
Okay. You guys kind of push the raft just on the edge of the stony bank, so that it's part of it's in the water, but you'll still have to push off once all of you are on. Oh, Ezra, you can't stay 10 feet away now.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Row.
Less amused.
All right, so here is the question: do you guys want to head? Actually, now that you're all kind of like out here now, you can see the eastern edge of the river. It's not an especially wide river, at least not in this particular location. So, do you guys want to head north or do you want to head south along?
Well, we know the Drow are to the north.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We don't know if they are also to the south. So that could help us decide which direction might be.
By the way, is this fresh water or salt water?
Taste it.
Do you taste it?
Poison.
It's
Gotta taste it.
it's fresh water.
Fresh water.
And it tastes fine.
You know, pee is also fresh water.
Uh,
I'm just saying.
Yes, I gotta drink.
it has a slightly bitter taste, right? And it tastes
Artichoke?
it's not the cleanest water, right? You get a little bit of grit in there, right? But it seems potable. You don't like gag and you're not like, oh, yeah. You don't like immediately spit it out and your stomach doesn't immediately turn or anything like that. It's fresh water. It's potable water. It's just not the tastiest of
It's just not,
beverages.
it could use a trip through the Brita filter.
Yeah, it absolutely could use a trip to the filter. 100%.
All right.
So,
I take my stick and I
shove off.
push off.
I also take my stick and shove off.
So the current, weak though it is, immediately begins to drag you all southward.
All right. Not fighting it.
Okay. It's weird when I try to move you all
Yeah,
with
it
the
looks like
thing,
we're
it
moving
starts
it,
to
like,
like slowly
step
push
further.
you off. Yeah. I don't know why
Why are we
it
going
does that.
faster than the
so
raft?
weird.
I don't know why it does that. That's so weird. So
That's
we're not gonna
the
worry
most
about
Well,
that.
if you want to just delete the raft, like
No,
you-
it's fine. You guys are slowly elongated.
Well, we're going very far south, considering.
wait,
Okay,
see
yeah,
it
I'm
opening?
deleting the raft. I'm deleting the raft for now. If
There,
if
okay.
we need the raft for later, I'll bring it back out. But
Because aren't
so
we trying to go east? And we just
So
keep
yes.
going south.
Yes,
I mean,
we are.
you guys aren't changing direction or anything like that.
I would like to go east.
Okay,
There's
so Matastai's like, hey, we're heading the wrong direction. Let's head east. And
There's
so
a wall
you
east.
you put down the pole, right? And it gets pretty deep at this point, almost about 8 feet or so before you actually hit, and you
Ooh.
have to like push, and it takes effort for you to dig the pole in and kind of turn. You realize unless two of you are doing this, working
I
together to kind of guide the raft, this is going to be extremely strenuous. Okay. So
Okay.
so Ashes starts to help you guide eastward. right? And at this point, you guys aren't moving against the river, but the river does slowly but surely try to kind of like drag you southward, right?
Okay.
Here's the thing. As you head eastward, you just head into wall, right? There's just wall on the eastern
Could
side.
we see across up higher? Was there an opening up there? Like more north?
Back where you guys started, no, you didn't see it.
Okay.
The river went north and northeast-ish, kind of, right? But you didn't see an opening up there.
Okay.
Does Matashtai wish to like change course and start heading northward?
Well, I mean, if we didn't see an opening over there, I don't know why I would.
Okay, sure. So
So I guess just keep floating south till we see an opening over here.
floats south.
Now there is
Right.
an opening.
Water and rocks right there are. You come to a section where there are a lot of rushing rocks, and the water kind of like winds its way through them. You make sure to not like go amongst them so that you're not like risking the raft on any of the rocks or anything like that. You've already kind of seen at this point, I imagine Ashes and Matashtai kind of keep their poles in the water to kind of like test the depths here or there to make sure that you have a modicum of control about the raft, right?
Yeah.
It ranges from around 6 to 8 feet deep in most places. But there are occasionally places where you do not reach with the pole.
Ooh.
So there are occasionally these moments where you're like, oh, okay.
Oh.
So you realize in the deeper portions, you have less control over the raft. But the current kind of like lazily draws you southwest. And as it does, you see to the south a rocky shore form, right? And you also see, as you come in, as the distance closes, right? You see a shore to the northwest, and you see anchored on the western shore.
Nope.
You see a
fucking skilly bum?
you see a gondola,
No.
and you see
Ooh.
No. No.
Is that the ferryman of the river Styx?
you see moored on the river's edge is a black gondola, its hull carved with leering eyes. Standing atop the vessel is a ferryman, shrouded in dark black robes, clutching a pole whose length disappears into the rushing water.
No.
Your
Maybe I should
raft
give him 2 coins. I'll take you somewhere.
continues forward, just being pulled by the current, and it starts to kind of it starts to speed up just a little bit. You realize as the water is kind of like beginning to push through this bottleneck of these 2 beaches, right? It begins to kind of rush forward a little bit. You begin to pick up pace automatically. Are you guys doing anything?
Yeah, I was assuming we're going to the West Bank. West Bank?
I think we're trying to get over here.
Are you guys
Yeah, I
going to
thought we
try to go
Yeah, fuck the skeleton dude. No, I ain't gonna
South
do
Bank?
with that guy.
All right, so you guys kind of like deviate,
Yep.
push over here to this, and then there's this kind of like, and there's no like gentle way about this, right? Because of the speed of the bottleneck here, where the river is tightly passing through this corridor. There's kind of this as the raft beaches itself, right? And you guys are trying to stave off the impact with the poles, and you do a decent job, right? But there's only so much you can do before the raft up onto the shore, and you find yourselves beached now. And I'm gonna redraw the raft real quick because I like having it there so you guys will know
Such an easy thing to draw.
where your raft is. Right? But around you, you see before you the yawning cave
I thought you were going to say portal.
that resembles the maw
Shortcut.
of some great fish. Natural columns of rock line the maw like bony ridges. In the center of the cave, actually, can you guys see this? Yes, some of you absolutely can see it. In the center of the cave, near one of these columns, stands what at first you take to be a man. But after a moment, you realize is a half-crumbled statue of a princely human clad in plate armor, sword drawn at the ready.
I see nothing.
Only he's
No,
missing
I-
half of his left side. It's
think
down
it's
here.
that
So
star.
yeah, this little star is the statue.
I found it. I was lost in the sauce.
Interesting. It's a cool looking statue. I can dig it.
Does it look
It's
like
fucking-
age,
what's literal death
or
dude?
does it look like it was marred by intent?
It is hard to tell from your current distance.
Ezra does not approach.
I'll go check it out. Seems cool.
Before we go, I want to
I also
step
will
off
check it.
and step over here to the bank, and I'll look to the ferryman, and I'll shout, "Friend or foe?"
Oh boy.
So,
Friend,
if
here.
you-
so your
Hey.
voice is dampened, right, by the rushing of the water, right? It doesn't echo or bounce around or anything like you might imagine in a large cavernous expanse. But the black-robed figure kind of turns ever so slightly towards you. And it doesn't say anything. It just reaches out a hand, palm up, and waits.
Or is he expecting me to throw money?
Why don't you try yeeting a silver piece over to him?
Yeah, so he can haul me off to the afterlife?
Don't be cheap. Eat a gold.
I
Ooh, yeah,
take-
eat a gold.
I take 1 gold, and I yeet it 30
Yeah,
feet at
yeet
this
again.
man.
Oh,
Overhand.
Roll me a sleight of hand check. We're gonna use that as your your aim modifier, basically, for this coin.
Kuh. Yeah, the thing's all right.
15.
You eat it, bro.
Um, it's a gold coin.
Yeah, I'll throw gold. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
the price of going up a freaking elevator to the yawning portal.
We're never going up that again.
Okay.
so teleports you to your boat.
No.
The coin and it's not quite there, but the hooded figure kind of like leans forward and snatches it out of the air. And then in Infernal, it says to
Wait,
you.
I know
and-
Infernal.
It says to you, and you see this, right? As it kind of like leaned forward to snatch the coin out of the air, its hood fell back ever so slightly, revealing curved horns
Oh.
and a skeleton, right? Of course, a skeletal head. But it speaks to you in Infernal, and it says, "The price of passage is paid."
Ooh.
Have fun in hell.
And then
Good
it
luck.
gestures to the gondola.
Well, now you have an escape if things go bad.
Just assume that's payment in advance. I'll be right back.
It doesn't respond to you. Okay, while that is happening, right, the others have jumped off the raft, finished beaching it, and some of them are heading south towards this demolished statue.
Does the current feel like it's enough to rend the raft off the shore?
It does not. Once you guys have beached it properly, it seems that, especially with the rocky nature of the beach, they're not sandy beaches. They're pebbles more often than not. They're covered in like silt and rocks, but probably best that you don't leave it for an extended period of time. But it's unlikely that it's gonna drag it out, basically.
Okay.
So, guys,
I hop off, do some looking around.
so you're in a large cavern, right? The River Sargoth echoes behind you, gurgles behind you. This statue, right as I described it, it looks to be like a regal-looking human man, but it is half destroyed, a sword clutched in hand, ruined, plate armor across his chest, half of like the left side of him broken and crumbled off. Incredibly realistic, incredibly detailed.
Ah, so it's real.
It is a petrified man.
Was. Man's
Almost
dead.
certain.
I wonder. Well, I mean, is he? Does he got a head?
Say what?
Does he got a head?
Yeah, he has a head. Part of the left side of his face is kind of like broken and like torn off, right? Like a blow like took it from the side and sheared off his left side, but part of it clipped his face. But the right side of it is incredibly detailed, beautiful.
So, out of character, I've always wanted to know what happens if you unpetrify someone who's like missing an arm as a statue.
They bleed out.
Do they?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
See? I almost feel like we gotta take this dude back to level 2 and see what happens.
Nah, I'm good on that.
That sounds like it's gonna make a mess.
Gonna make a mess.
I don't know if there's a less macabre way to say that.
Make a mess. Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Ooh-wee. Okay, cool. Well.
Okay, is there anything down here?
Looking around. All right, I'm with
So
you.
you see another bend kind of southwest that leads back to another beach on the river. The cavern continues further to the southeast.
Okay.
Can I investigate the statue for any sort of hidden compartment or
Roll an
anything of
investigation.
value?
You have an incredibly difficult time trying to poke around in the statue. You don't find any hidden things.
Freeze?
No, not a freeze. I'm thinking.
Something.
The plate armor probably once upon a time would have fetched a pretty price, right? It is detailed, and it's was obviously well made, but it's been here for a long time. There's signs. One, right, part of it is crushed and rent off from the blow that took the left arm. And then the rest of it's just
the
kind of...
armor is stone, right?
No, the armor's not stone.
Confirmed. Real person.
The sword in his hand also is not stone, right?
Oh, Lord.
But
But
it's...
the armor has wear and tear, so it's probably not magical.
Yeah, so does the sword. The sword's rusted, right? So you don't find any signs of wealth or secrets that you can
Value.
take.
Okay.
So,
Guys, it looks like it goes east down there.
I mean, east is our direction. I also want to get Matt to do his kata/dance again to verify that it's the right direction. But I assume after going so far south, we're gonna have to kind of go up a bit. By the
Okay,
way,
let's go east.
I pull up my shitty map of floor 3.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is a giant goddamn area.
So map of floor 3.
Yeah, I look and see if there's like a crude layout of the river.
Yes.
Give me a general idea where it goes.
There is a crude layout of the river.
Okay. Is there from where we embark past the river?
So you
does there
have
seem to be
you have the start here kind of like symbol of the stairs, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's odd though, because you went south, right? Basically from where you entered this level and through the ruins, and then you went a little east and you found the river, and the river was kind of going from like in kind of like a southwesterly direction, right?
Yeah.
The river on your map goes from the northwest corner to the southeast corner. So it's kind of going the opposite direction.
I wonder if Copper wrote this himself. I bet he did.
He was dyslexic.
I did hear you when I was in the bathroom. I could do the kata again. I have a feeling that now it's going to be pointing to the northeast.
So, would you like to?
Yes, I'm gonna try and reorient because we did go south quite a bit on the river.
Yeah. So you take a few minutes, or not a few minutes, a few moments to go through the kata. And indeed, right, if I were to draw you a direction, it basically would be that one.
Wow. Yeah, we missed it a little bit.
Dude, I
Yeah.
bet you it's in that dragon horde.
No, we went past that, and it was to the east.
He just wants to go to the dragon horde.
Which I mean, I don't blame him. But like, kind of
So
giddy.
here, hold
that
up,
feels
hold
like
up,
they're getting
hold up.
close.
Before you guys start moving around a whole bunch, I have other things to describe to you. So
Okay.
I was just trying to get through what you guys were wanting to do. So
I'll allow it.
from here,
Me too.
now that you guys are kind of like into this larger cavern,
70 men wait to attack.
strewn before you in this large cavern is a forest of eerie, humanoid-sized cocoons. Strung between the cocoons are
Good.
ropey strands of web, blanketing this
Super.
entire area in terrain that seems tricky at best to maneuver.
Big room right here that we're right in front
this
of.
big room.
Okay.
You guys are basically on the edge of it. So if I were, for example, just to kind of like show you something, you have like dozens of these little, I say little, humanoid-sized cocoons all over the place, and there's just webs covering the whole freaking thing, like everywhere, all over the entire cavern.
Okay. In the past, when we've seen these webs everywhere, it seems like the drow seem to have a bit of control over the area. Should we be wary?
Oh, they said not down here.
All right. Well, let's try and
Light them on fire.
carefully. I mean, we could light it all on fire. It's not a bad idea. Should we commence the lighting?
Just beware that if the drow are here and they see us destroying their property, they won't take it so kind.
Well, I'll feel better about pissing them off out here than I do in their home.
I don't really care. How about light it on fire, though?
That's reasonable, but decisions have consequences.
Nah, I'm gonna live forever.
I like how we're in a situation where we most likely would have died, and the first thing we do is completely divert from what they told us to do.
Look, you guys didn't actually want to do what they told you to do. You were just like, the better part of valor is discretion in this particular situation. You know, you were like, let's not fight these people with them surrounding us.
Yeah, let's maybe not piss off everyone.
So what's the plan? You setting some webs on fire?
Yeah, let's light these bitches up. I torch up.
Light 'em up.
Torch up, all right. And you begin to set webbing on fire. You have some initial success with some of the webbing that's in between. That success is limited very quickly. The nature of the web and the way that it is spun is incredibly thick, and it's layered over and over and over and over again. So you basically have patchy success where you have to hold your torch to a piece of web for an extended period of time for 20, 30 seconds before it kind of burns away that chunk of web, but it doesn't catch a light and it doesn't spread.
Okay.
I
So,
imagine it's
not
with
terribly
it being so close to
Yeah.
a body of water. Pretty
So
humid
if you had an explosive source of fire that could clear large swaths of webbing, that might
you
actually do
say,
something, but as it is right now,
casting of scorching ray.
probably not scorching ray. Scorching ray is like fiery needles, right?
He's implying fireball.
Well, like a fireball or a wall of fire or any of those types of things would be more adept at dealing with such a large expanse. This is, it's entrenched, right? Like this webbing isn't just some spider webs as you open the door. It's thick layers that have been laid for an extended period of time.
What is this fiery magic you speak of?
And just to kind of clearly delineate, you guys, it's basically like the edge of the web area.
So, is there a larger spider than a giant spider?
Hyper.
Her name is Shelob.
Shelob.
There's no way Sam would have ever beat Shelob. That's just not going to happen. Like, even if with the tier, it's not. There's no fucking
Typical underestimate a halfling. It's cool. You're just like every other person.
Like just a denier of jury.
That's 'cause
Look,
of
no,
knowledge.
Sam is amazing. I love Sam. There's no way.
So you're shit talking him. You love him, but you shit talk him. Okay.
I also love Sean Astin as well.
Alright, so we're trying to go fucking northeast. Let's
Toy
hit
Soldiers
it.
was an amazing movie.
Work through this motherfucker.
He wasn't in Toy Soldiers.
So what are we doing, guys?
Look, I'm going in. I'm gonna start cutting up the cocoons. I wanna
Yes, he
see
was.
So Bones starts to wade through, cutting your way through. Basically, as you enter into it, Zach, player, this is difficult terrain.
Yeah, I figured.
Basically. Okay?
I
So
want to cut the cocoon.
Waiting.
so you head over to one of the cocoons and are about to cut into it. What's everyone else
Yes.
doing?
I'm doing the same thing.
Heading over to a
Since
cocoon
I don't
and
think
cutting
Tambakiri would be very good at cutting this, I actually have Tier of the North out as I do this.
Alright, so as you two begin to kind of cut into the cocoons, you see inside of the cocoon, it doesn't take you very long because you don't get to cut very deep before you hit stone. and you find within the cocoons petrified statues.
What the fuck kind of bullshit is this?
You cut one open, bones, and you see an elven figure. Matashtai, you cut yours open and you see a fish man.
Does
Yeah,
it look
picture
like
them.
the fishmen that we unpetrified?
Those were frogmen.
Yes, you're right.
As this is happening, though, you hear it before you see it. It's almost a whisper.
Cool, what does that mean?
Ezra's the only one who speaks Elvish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ezra.
Mysterious, powerful voice from above.
Not from above. You hear it from it kind of echoing deeper into the cavern.
I was referring to you, but.
Oh, gotcha.
Feel it to the air.
And you hear this, right? And then you hear this. And it repeats, right? It repeats. And it repeats again. And the tone picks up and it gets more and more frantic. And as it does, out of the darkness, skittering kind of up over the cocoons, you all see this come out of the darkness.
Oh lord.
That's not
Dirty.
Sheila. That's fucking Quelaag.
And the creature, which one is this one? Ah,
Rider.
yes.
The nice one.
The nice
Oh,
one.
Quelaag.
Absolutely, it is the nice one. This one, it kind of laughs, and it says in Elvish, it says, "Are you here to die with me?" And it draws a bow, and I need everyone to
bow?
select their tokens and roll for initiative. Da-da-da-da-da.
Okay.
Turn order. Let's get some battle
Initiative.
music.
Come on. Where is it? There we go.
What? That's a 17.
It's a 6.
I
fuck?
accidentally rolled twice.
Wow, Jay. Wow.
It's fucking me.
And of course it took the lower.
Ooh, nice. All right. It has drawn a bow, and it
It affects the
reaches
turn
back
order? No.
as though to fire at one of you.
Does it fire at?
Can you
Yeah,
please
this is-
correct
This is the
Ashes
fire.
from a 15
I don't
to
think
a
it's gonna
19?
affect the turn order at all.
You don't know that. You do not know that.
What?
I rolled twice and it took the lower, the second.
You are now the correct one.
All right, thank you.
He said it definitely doesn't matter in this situation, and I needed to correct him. You never know when there's something hiding in a corner, or
Why is it not?
Like more of these Quelaag archers.
Why is it not letting me open the turn thing?
Huh. I wonder if it can be stunned.
Doing this. to
everything
me?
can be
You
stuck.
can bet your ass we're gonna find out.
Why are you doing this to me? All right. So to start things off, yes, it does fire an arrow, and it is going to fire an arrow at the closest target to it. It fires one arrow at the bones,
Not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna say yes. It
Ah!
can be stunned.
and it scatters off of the back of the drow statue right in front of you. Okay, Ashes, you are up. everything,
Bonus.
keep this in mind, everything past the green line is difficult terrain.
Cool. Not at all.
So
All right,
you
so-
guys are aware.
Bonus action, hybrid transformation. Come on.
And
Oh,
turn
wrong
the-
tool. Huh.
Turn the
Blown
water
out
back
already.
on. In a sec. All right.
Ah.
I like the song, but this has like a quiet dip here in the center. All right, what hybrid transformation? Ashes,
And
wolf's
I'm
out.
going to action dash, so I get my 4. Wait, how far is this?
Far.
I can almost make it without dashing. Hold on.
Difficult terrain.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, that means my normal movement is 40 because I got 10 more in my last.
Gotcha.
So I could, like, I'm actually really close to getting in melee with her. Real close, but
Wow,
not close
Jake, are you
enough.
telling me you don't know how far the wolf that can kill you can move?
No, I just try and stay as far away from it as I can.
Something you should literally always know.
So, Ashes, what's the plan?
I'll go in.
So
with my
you
attack.
rush in,
I'm
and
sticking
immediately,
guns.
right, you hit that wall of webs, and you have to kind of like rip your way through and push up over a lot of the webs. Your feet get stuck in like the further in you go, right? It's this kind of like soft padding, and your feet slip into pockets here or there as you're kind of like rushing forward.
Honestly, like, all my other shit is bonus action, so I'm just gonna go ahead just to and bonus action dash or action dash just
Close
to
the
be able
distance?
to move 10 more feet
Okay, gotcha.
all the way in melee.
You close into the distance. Ah, that's where they were. Gotcha. Done. Okay, so
In turn.
Bones, you watch as Ashes hulks out and wades forward through the webbings and the statues towards this. I didn't show you guys that. You guys see the token, but I didn't show you the handout. Here's the handout. This thing looks great.
Damn.
Oh wow,
Brave
Cool.
here.
I like the sword.
Yeah.
Yep. Looks dope. Over. Yeah, there we go. All right.
Is this- Is the
So-
name a druid spider?
No, it's a drider.
Drow.
It's like a drow
Or
spider.
druid, drow spider.
Bones, you're up.
Alright, bonus action dash. 30
Okay.
feet.
Bonus action dash. Like
Uh.
lightning, you close the distance. The webbing unable to. Well, I mean, it hinders you, but you're just so
Wow.
fast.
I draw the wind spike.
Okay,
And I attack.
you attack.
With advantage.
Snake attack. No, we're not quite flanking. We gotta be slot.
No, you are flanking in that position.
Well, I will roll for crit then. I did not achieve it.
Did not achieve it.
18 damage. My magical weapon.
Yep. Okay. 24 definitely hits.
Prince.
27 damage. So you hack into the side of this creature, who it doesn't roar in pain. It kind of squeals for a second, right? This high pitched kind of thing, and then it laughs, right? It
Yeah, she.
anything else?
That's what I can do.
Okie dokie. Ezra, you are up. The creature continues to speak of the queen and her anger, and pleads for you all to follow it. In
That sounds fucking batshit crazy.
Ezra responds in Elvish. I'm sorry, but we will grant you your wish.
13 does not grant its wish. It is flailing and hacking and slashing, dodging and weaving away from ashes and bones, and your spectral claw goes overhead. Matashtai, you're up.
All right. So she has a bow. In the picture, she has a sword as well. Do I see a sword on her from here?
Yes, there seems to be a blade strapped to her back, basically.
Okay. I am going to... So he says difficult terrain, so it's 10 feet per square?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep, it's just double movement.
30, 40. I'm going to use my bonus action and expend a key point to Step of the Wind.
Mhm.
Continue on over till I get to here. And then I think I said I had Tear of the North out, so I'll just start with that.
Okay.
And we'll do a swing. Oh, I do have advantage, right?
You do have advantage.
Okay. Oh.
Unfortunately, your advantage does not gain you purchase on the target.
Okay.
One of the long legs kind of strikes out and blocks your attempt. But you do catch it in underneath on the kind of like the thorax.
Uppercut her spoder thorax.
Very nice. Roll
And,
damage.
I am going to try and... So I can Death Strike and stun, right?
Yes. You do not have,
Okay.
You do not have a limit on what you can try to do in a single thing.
Okay, then I am going to spend 2 more key points to attempt to stun and use Death Strike.
Okay.
There's that. And then... So it should be
19 damage.
18 damage. Yep.
And then what's your DC?
14, I believe. Yep,
14.
14 con save.
No.
Damn. Okay.
This is a hefty creature. It seems
Kind
very
of hefty,
fortuitous.
alright?
+4 is not that.
It's kind of hefty.
That's a +4 without any bonus.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have
Kinda
a
hefty.
It doesn't have a Constitution saving throw. It's got 18 con,
Yeah, kind of hefty.
so it's kind of
Kinda
hefty.
Then 4.
Yeah, because some monsters are proficient in certain saves, and most monsters aren't proficient in a lot of saves. So sometimes you'll find a monster that has a good save, but they're not proficient in it. So if they were proficient, they'd smoke your ass. So, anything else?
No, that's all I've got.
Okay, fantastic. The Drider goes, and it's laughing hysterically each time you all connect with it. It doesn't screech in pain. I say that. There's a odd dissonance to the creature. Like, the upper half, the elven half, continues to wail and yell in Elvish. And now Ezrah is responding in Elvish, right? But you hear squeals and other noises from the lower half, the spider half. And so as you all kind of crowd around
Coming from where?
the thing drops its bow and it reaches back, and it doesn't pull a rapier as the art shows. Thank you, Dungeons & Dragons, for having a disconnect between your artwork and your actual stat blocks. It doesn't pull a rapier, it pulls a longsword, and it two-hands that son of a bitch, and it goes a-swinging. So it's gonna probably swing out at Matashtai initially. So it swings with a longsword attack. 1. 24.
It hurts. Yep.
Okay,
I'll do it.
so you are unprepared for the swing as it draws the longsword, and it does it in a deft motion, just cuts down, right? Cuts across your chest, and then it immediately kind of like sweeps, turns the spider half, right, is scuttling around, and you're all having to like dance back and forth between its legs as it kind of like crashes down around you. It has surprising mobility. So it just full on swings towards Bones off the back swing of attacking Matashtai, and swings to kind of cut Bones' head off with the longsword. 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so not
Can't
quite a
dodge.
head-lopping blow, but it does score a wound across Bones' chest. Do you want a reaction or anything like that?
Yeah, uncanny dodge.
Okay, so you uncanny dodge, reducing the damage down to 3. And then, almost as if by design, right? Ashes thinks for a moment that the creature has attacked Matashtai and then turned to Bones and is now distracted. And Ashes is kind of like there, hulked out in wolf form. And then the front lower half of the spider, or of the elf, right? Just below that, where a spider head might once have been,
It is Quelaag.
opens
Oh my
up
God.
and it lunges forward
Ugh.
to try to bite Ashes.
Ugh.
Okie dokie, here comes the bite. Oh, there we go. All right, critical fail. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh, hey, look at that poison damage. in there.
Oh, it does. So I don't think there's anything that makes sense for it to do to itself. So what I will say is, Ashes, you have an offhand attack, right?
I do.
Or not an offhand attack, but a
A bonus. Yeah, I've got a advantage or opportunity.
Claws.
Hiss attack. A claws attack. That's what I was going for.
Yeah,
Jesus.
okay.
I couldn't
Yeah,
think
I
of the
got
word. So as the Drider kind of like lunges forward, it almost pushes up on top of you, right? But you're able to kind of like push it to the side, but in doing so, you don't have purchase for your sword to be swung, but you do have a chance to just rake your claws down the side of its maw, which you do to pretty good
Yeah,
effect.
claw it.
Your claws are magical.
No, they are not magical unless they're also righted. If I do right damage, then my claws count as magic.
Gotcha.
Which I think that's really weird, but all right, I'll take it.
You still do full damage.
Okay.
I was asking for other things. So, this Drider bites back, right? Lashing left and right with its long sword, attempting to bite out at you all, right? And then it's it moves up
I thought I froze there for a second.
and over.
You're so quiet.
Basically, it pulls away from you, Bones. So you have an attack of opportunity if you want.
Now, how to use my reaction?
You already used your reaction. Never mind, you don't.
Uncanny dodge.
So it pulls away from Ashes. You do have a reaction.
Yep.
Ooh,
That's
that
not gonna
one
do it,
just
Jim.
slices or clanks off of steely abdomen. And it pulled away 5, 10, right? And then it goes upwards another 5. And then it is going to pull away from you, Matashtai. So you have the option of reacting.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit that boy. Girl,
Okay.
hit.
Yep.
Slash.
Ooh,
not at
an
advantage.
8 is again just glances off of its almost steel-like spider.
And that's actually
form.
a nat 1. Do you want me to confirm?
Is that a nat one? Yes, please confirm.
Okay.
You're fine. Absolutely fine. Okay, so
I
in
lose
total,
Tear of the North forever.
It moved here, here, here,
mean
and
that-
then here.
Sword you just bought off the side of the road from a freaking peddler.
Look, it's an amazing sword. Shut up.
And then it basically like pulls away up to the northeast, right? It is not affected by the webbing, unlike you guys. Not that I think it's gonna matter. It doesn't know this, but I know this. It's like webbing, my favorite terrain. You guys are like, look, man, we're just really fast, so whatever.
we got. Yeah,
So-
I just got the level that gave me more movement.
So
too.
that being said, right, it goes through all this trouble to try to pull away and use the difficult its terrain to its advantage. We all know how that's gonna work. Ashes, it's your turn.
Before I go, I lace my claws. It's always got to be a higher end. Whatever.
Always gotta be, yeah. You gotta hurt yourself.
With the power of thunder.
That's fine. I don't hurt you that
Before
much.
I
Thunder.
Thundercats.
Thundercats. Ho!
Oh.
And I'll get into melee
Oh,
range.
fucking nerds.
Okay.
Wow. It's fucking aggressive.
20.
20 does hit. Yes. Oh,
All right, now
hold
these
up.
claws are magical.
Fucking
Not that it
A.
matters.
Damn it.
And claw number 2.
Are you guys gonna be nice to me?
What do you
Wow,
mean?
what'd you do?
I meant to do something, but I forgot to do it.
I guess.
You
I don't
do-
care.
let us do
us.
that
Like,
all the
yeah,
time.
you let us. You can do that.
Can I do it?
Yes,
Yes.
you can do it.
18 more, pop out.
As
No.
long as it doesn't affect Ezra.
It will affect you, just
In
not
fact-
like it's not
in
gonna like
fact,
directly screw you
I'll
or anything
only
like
allow it if it affects Ezra.
that. As the Drider kind of like reaches its distance, the furthest point away from you all, it turns and it begins to it's still laughing hysterically, right, Ezra? And it's still speaking in Elvish, speaking of the queen and its failure and her anger, right? That changes ever so slightly to a chant. And it stays in Elvish, right? But it begins to praise the queen and call upon her favor to guide and protect it. And
Am
as
I
this
able
happens,
to ascertain
You can-
A, who the queen is, and B, what the fuck it's doing?
I think you don't have any
'Cause
issue.
Jake knows what's going on.
I don't think you have any issue figuring out who the queen is. Absolutely. But I'm not sure Ezra would have a purchase on it's magic. You know that,
Yeah.
right? But it's not your flavor.
Well, I did finish the summoning circle to bring Calabash back, so I would have been doing studying to complete that ritual.
Yes, yeah. What I'm saying is it's not arcane.
Oh, okay. All right. I got it.
Yeah. So what happens now is Thank you for allowing me to do this because I forget this shit. I'm sorry. Ashes, as you go to attack the creature, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
something else.
okay with those. I can do that. It's not a problem.
It casts
Yay.
Sanctuary.
Hey, yeah, you totally got it. Yep, you beat it. DC was only 14, and yes, yeah, for the players, you guys are aware of this, right? You've seen this plenty of times. It's using Sanctuary. So Ashes, you feel a resistance as you go to attack it, but you're able to push through.
Okay. Well, if all my rolls still stand,
So the first one stands, and you do damage with a 14, right?
correct.
Then it
And
needs
so
to
is it
make
wisdom
a
save on every attack?
it needs to make a Constitution saving throw. So yeah, I need another Wisdom on the next attack, as long
Okay.
as it maintains concentration.
15.
And you're still good. So the second attack hits as well. So the next one was
And
another
10
10.
on top.
Nice, good shit. So another Constitution saving throw. It sticks. All right.
Okay.
Anything else for your turn?
That'll be in turn.
Thanks, guys. All right, Bones, you're up.
Good.
do some calculations.
Calculating.
Mathin.
Total breach.
Say hold the breach.
I can totally reach.
Oh.
Wow.
I kitty dash.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You kitty dash? Sure.
Kitty dash lets him go forever.
Super far.
A kitty dash and also a bonus action dash to make it 40 feet.
Okay.
And then I attack with the wind spike.
Sure.
And wisdom saving throw.
Can you make it right
What's that?
here?
Yeah.
If you make it right there, you have advantage.
Well, I failed the wisdom save, so it doesn't matter. But yes,
Well,
I
yeah,
will
that's true.
make it right there.
Well, so the first one, how does Sanctuary work? Okay, so you have to choose a new target or lose the attack. But you can attack again.
I don't have another attack. I only have one attack.
Okay, gotcha.
Well,
So-
you bonus action dashed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ezra, you're up. You watch as Bones kind of like dashes through the webbing and goes to attack the creature from behind, but some force, right, like slides his blow away. He seems confused by it.
I'm confused about it.
Sorry.
No, I'm just,
I am confused.
I'm just letting everyone know I'm confused about what
he
just
is-
happened.
He's confuzzled. I am confuzzled.
Ezra
It's used his
will
devil magic on me.
will shout at the spellcaster in Elvish. Fear not, let us help you. And
Let us help you.
do I need to make a whiz save for ranged
I
things too?
believe so. Yes. Yeah.
Everything.
13.
13 does not succeed.
Please.
Choose another person
You
or
must
lose
you
the
must
attack.
choose a new target or lose the attack or spell.
It fizzles out.
Okay. Gotcha.
As much fun as it would be to.
As much fun as it would be to slash ashes across the back of the head.
It would be.
Karma.
It would be
Karma,
my
yeah.
come
Fair enough. All right. Anything else for you, Ezra?
No.
Matashtai. A supernatural force is afflicting your allies' attacks.
I'm gonna put away Tier of the North.
Okay.
So that's 10, 20, 30,
Fucking budget sword he got from a gun show.
40.
Yep.
I'm gonna spend a key point and shut up. Quit talking shit about my sword.
I like yours.
Thanks, man.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna spend
build
a key point
story.
to get up here.
Okay.
I'm a-
Action to bonus or to dash or whatever.
Step of the
Bonus
wind.
action dash.
Yeah. Step of the wind.
Step of the wind.
And
Wind
then
stepping.
as I run here, I jump and I leap off of Ash's shoulders and kick this bitch in the face.
Kick her in the face.
Good old passion guile flash kick.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Please make a
that.
wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I do that.
You do that. You succeed. However, your kick does not land. It catches it with the flat of the longsword and just kind of over.
As she catches my foot, I roundhouse with the other one.
Do
You
it.
make another wisdom saving throw.
Make
Wow.
another wisdom saving throw. Huh. And success and success. So you were able to
So
resist
fucking
the effects
kicked.
of the sanctuary and kick her in the face.
And
For 6
make a
damage.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes, she gonna do it. She made it.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch.
Oh, is that for your
Whatever.
stun?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
stuff.
she also needs to make a saving throw for the sanctuary.
Oh, wait, no, I want the other way around.
No, sir. That's why I asked. That's why I confirmed.
If she gets stunned, she can't drop the sanctuary, so it would be not a great turn. Just saying.
Can you keep concentration if you're stunned?
Concentration.
I think you're incapacitated. So you're incapacitated if you're stunned. So I think you auto drop concentrate.
Oh, well then rest in peace, motherfucker.
But that being said,
Also, sanctuary is not concentration.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
it's
what I was
not
trying to say.
concentration.
Like, there's no reason to
Oh.
save for it.
gotcha.
What?
My bad. I thought it was concentration.
it's
That's
too
why I
dark
was
in
saving
here.
this
Yeah.
entire time.
Sorry.
Whoops. It's okay. No big.
We're about to be done. So.
Yeah. So, anything else for your turn, Matashtai?
No.
Okay. The spider, that flashes out. It's going to.
I volunteer as tribute.
I volunteer ashes as tribute.
Yeah, I don't like those abilities.
I also volunteer ashes as tribute.
Okay. It is going to. Yeah, it's gonna continue with its shtick. It's going to attack. A longsword
Attack.
at. Matashtai.
Aye, sword clap.
Huh! Use sword clap. You catch the blade. Only for a brief moment, but you stop the blade from harming you. And then it turns and it spider bites bones.
That hit.
Hey! The fangs
poison.
only hurt a little bit, but the poison that it injects burns through your veins.
Does Uncanny Dodge half all of that?
Yes, it will half all of the damage.
Uncanny Dodge!
Uncanny Dodge! Down from 15 to a 7. So you take 7 damage, and then it turns, and it swings a longsword at Ash's head.
Damn, I want
16.
some
It
of that
does
spider
not
venom.
succeed.
Unfortunate. Alright, and then it will use its bonus action to cast Sanctuary,
It makes
Sanctuary.
3 attacks without
since the
frickin-
Sanctuary broke. Huh?
Makes
Yeah,
3 attacks without using its bonus action.
Yep, it has multi-attack, 3 attacks either with its longsword or its longbow, and can replace one of those with a bite.
Damn.
Alright,
Fair enough.
Ashes, it is your turn.
One.
I lay in.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
I will make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, ooh.
The only time Sanctuary is useful is when you can cast it unlimitedly.
Now, what was the DC?
DC is 14, you succeed.
Hey, I made it. So,
If I had to make a guess, I'm gonna say she can cast it 3 times.
shit. Only
she's
count the
close.
first one
Very close.
because for
7
some
times.
reason I keep clicking this and it's lagging behind. So, 10.
Okay, 10.
Yep.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna wisdom save to see if I can attack again.
Uh-huh.
That'll be a yes. So here
Yes.
comes attack number 2.
Attack.
Attack. 18?
Ooh, an 18. Off the steely hide.
Jeez. All right, and bonus action attack again. Wisdom saving throw. Saved.
Yep.
Viking Claw. Advantage. 21.
Success! 21 hits. 9
Okay,
and
Another 12.
Another 12, alright. The Drider is looking hurt. Looking real
Ashes,
hurt.
move away from it. See if you can bait an opportunity attack.
Okay. I step away.
The 13 intelligence Drider does not take the opportunity attack.
Well, this is bullshit. What about the spider? The spider ain't smart.
They are screaming like 2 different creatures, but they are one and the same.
But what I will do, since I see that that Matt and Bones are already getting advantage off one another, I will move in front of her to see if she's trying to go for that hallway. I'm gonna try to
She's
cut
gonna
that
run
off.
back down. She
You
doesn't care.
you actually do see. I should show you guys this. You do see the webbing kind of ends about up to that point.
Yeah,
Okay.
she just running around. She don't care.
All right. Anything else, Ashes?
Intern.
Bones?
I will make my wisdom saving throws.
Yes, you will.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
you
boy.
will. Hell yeah.
Spike.
Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him.
Oh, what's a crit?
Oh,
it's a
Do you want to
crit.
check for the double crit?
Upon.
Check for double.
What happens
crit.
on a double crit?
I don't know. Maybe I'll give you something good. You got to do it first, though. Ah, you did.
Whoa.
I
Didn't do it.
tried though.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe I'll give you
Fucking
something.
eat the dummy amount of fucking sneak attack damage though.
How do you want to kill this Strider?
Good lord!
That's a lot of fucking damage.
That is a dummy amount of damage.
4d6?
Fucking
Yeah.
rogue crits, man.
We
Rogue
leveled up to
sneak
46
attack
this
crits.
level.
Yeah.
Good
That's actually really good rolls on
gracious.
both of them.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Holy shit, man.
52
I don't-
damage and 1 attack.
Yeah.
I think when she turns to look at Ashes and decide not to, attack her, I would like to jam my dagger in her side, her spider side,
Uh-huh.
and just let her momentum cut
Like-
her open.
Oh, just like the turn kind of like pulls open,
Just
and you have to
hold
kind
it
of like
there.
you have to step in and get under some of the legs because as the legs are kind of like skittering around, if you don't, they'll kind of like pull your blade
Yeah.
out, right? So you have to step in, get up, and hold as the momentum of the creature just disembowels itself, and it doesn't realize it for the first like
Yeah,
4 or
'cause it's
5
so
seconds, and then its legs start. It's like they start to lose hydraulic power, right? The legs start to.
That's actually how spider legs work.
Right?
They use blood.
And it starts to scream and wail, and most of you can't understand it. And Ezra, it's just screaming, "Queen, Queen!" And
Yes,
it
queen.
collapses and it dies, shrieking, both in Elvish and in a weird spider squeal from the open maw that continues to, right? And its death throws are intense, right? You guys kind of like pull your way out of it. It's flailing about as it crashes down, and it takes a full 12, 15 seconds, right, to go through the down to the ground it goes. But it does.
I'm really curious about the anatomy of this creature because a drow has a skeleton. A spider has an exoskeleton.
Uh-huh.
How does like the spine meet the carapace?
It's got a
called
bundle
magic.
of nerves. Yo, real quick, if I don't feel like we're in danger, I want me some of that spider venom.
So immediately, right, in the aftermath, as you guys kind of settle down, everyone gains...
Also, carapace.
Yeah.
That carapace seems dope too.
Everyone gains 750 experience for the Drider.
Ooh, I like that.
Those things
maybe
can
it's
be
so far off.
incredibly nasty. If you guys didn't have a bunch of like bonus action dash abilities or 40 movement abilities and you were unable to keep up with its movement around the difficult terrain, that fight could have been real nasty. So you
How much
guys,
does he get on that bow shot?
I think it's super, huh?
How much damage did you get off that bow shot?
The bow shot
2d8 or some shit, or 2d10.
does it does normal damage. It does
Okay.
1d8 plus 3. It's tipped with poison though, so
There we go. Yeah.
so that would have been something else. But yeah, so very very interesting situation. That was fun. And yeah, in the aftermath, right? If you guys want to take a few minutes, Bones, you can start to. Do you have like any empty vials or something like that to to pull venom into?
I drink a potion.
Okay, sure, absolutely, right? So whatever you're wanting to store it in, like if you have a potion vial, you can get, you can say, vial of Drider venom.
What is it? 2D? Is it 2d4 plus 2? Is that
Correct.
normal
Yes,
potion?
yep, that's a regular.
All right, cool. I drink that bitch.
Okay.
I wash it out with water from the water skin. Swish it around.
Push it around, pour it out, get some of the venom. The venom bubbles and hisses as it kind of like touches the air, right?
Venom from a Drider?
But it's not
Yes.
caustic enough to cause any damage to your vial. Yeah, so you can say vial of Drider venom.
It would have to be super acidic to get through glass.
Absolutely. But there are creatures in D&D who have that sort of
Alright,
like to
I take a
imagine-
gander at the spider body. I'm uninterested at the drow body. Is there anything else interesting I can harvest? Fangs are always dope.
It's not a normal. So the thorax, the abdomen, those portions seem normal. The chitinous exoskeleton is extremely durable, right? Almost like steel. It's basically the equivalent of like having plate armor.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right? It's very strong. So that's something, I don't know, maybe you're interested in. Or the kind of like very, because it doesn't have a normal spider head, the weird maw where you got the venom from has just a jagged, it's almost kind of like a snake's mouth more than a spider's mouth. It has the two rows of fangs that just extend outwards. Right, as the mouth curls up and open, the fangs pull out and stab downwards.
Interesting. Yes, I'm definitely interested in the large fangs, the big boys.
There's probably
And
only
then-
about 4 of those.
Okay, I'm super interested
The,
in that.
the
and I'm
ones
super
further back
interested
get
in the
smaller
kite.
and smaller.
Yeah, I'm interested in the big boys, and I'm interested in the kite.
You
I
can
can get,
pull
like,
the fangs quickly. Those you won't have real issue with. If you want to try to
Okay.
harvest the chitin, though, that's going to take an amount of time to where you guys would basically be taking a short rest or something.
Okay, interesting.
Which is
We don't
possible.
have
You
to-
guys absolutely can do that if you want to. But
don't
that
have to
basically
do
what
that
I'm
if
saying
you
is
don't
it would
want,
be
but-
it'd be a tick up of the tension pool is if
Yeah,
you take
yeah,
that amount
yeah.
of time.
What quality are these fangs that I'm harvesting?
The fangs we have to roll
Or
for
my-
quality, but the creature, the CR of the creature is 6, so they can roll to uncommon.
Oh, I didn't know we're still. Okay, I understand. Gotcha. Okay.
So you have to roll your bone carving
Yeah.
tools.
29.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you're well above the cap, but the cap for this CR is uncommon,
Is
so these
uncommon,
come in
yeah.
at uncommon fangs.
Dope. I get 4.
Fuck yeah.
I add my bag of holding.
And they for as far as
fang.
like a description goes for like size, they're kind of like raptor claws is what they look like.
Ooh,
Right?
curve
Except
boys.
they're super curved, but they're kind of they have that hollow intravenous kind of like scenario going on, right? Do you
Okay.
want to take the time to harvest the chitin?
I will let everyone know that I would like to do that, but I'm not gonna be fucked up if you guys don't want to chill out and do that.
I mean, you've gone this far trying to find my artifact. I think I can wait a few minutes while you get what you want.
I'm fine with that.
All right, fantastic. So,
Maybe we scout around the nearby locale to make sure there's not things that will encroach on us.
you want to do that first? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
You guys
Well,
wanna do that?
get on to scouting there.
I am
I'll
going
head-
to
I'll head
scout
north.
here.
I'll head north a little bit, just past the webbing, to see if
All right.
there's anything up here.
So you head up north, right, and you find a winding tunnel heading northeast. And
That's the
you
direction we wanna
hear
go.
in the distance, you hear this
Sounds not good. Whatever it is.
Sounds like someone turning the faucet on.
It sounds like a geyser.
He's
Just
making
hear
a
it
sound.
on repeat every couple seconds.
Well, as far as defensible positions go, there's only 2 ways to get to us in here. Except for the sound of Steamboat Willie over here.
I will say this: you guys did see a tunnel to the southwest when you were fighting the Drider further southward.
Gotcha.
Actually, hold up. We'll, I forgot about that. We will nix that. If you guys scout down those tunnels for a while, what you find is that they lead further off into the Underdark. They're tunnel expansions that they tacked on that if you want to go off into some side area. And these ones are like big ones. Like typically I do a little bit of work to hide these from you guys so that you don't have to see them. These are just like there's just a massive section of tunnels you guys could wander down for a while that don't go anywhere. They literally just tunnel leads to expanded dungeon. Okay.
Thanks, wizards.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I get it, but like, you could have chopped it off of this map. I don't need that much of
Basically,
it.
if there's anything that the DM wants to be there, right?
Well, yes, sure.
Like, I don't know, a portal back to the Yawning Portal that just is there?
No.
I'm just saying hypothetical, right?
So you guys, you do a little bit of scouting, kind of just secure the location, right? So that being said, do you guys want to? Does everyone else want to do like a short rest while Bones is doing his work?
Yeah, it seems like a pretty good idea.
Ezra will offer to assist.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you have proficiency in nature or medicine?
I have
Probably
nature.
not.
I have nature. Are you talking to me or Ezra?
I know, I'm talking to Ezra.
Oh, okay.
Neither.
Then you're probably not going to be able to really help. You can provide moral support, but your assistance isn't really going to be of much assistance.
I will provide moral support.
Absolutely, sure. All right. So, are you providing moral support from 50 feet away, or do you venture into the
Yes.
web so I can sick the second Drider on you guys?
Nope, I am keeping my distance.
Ezra's over there. You got this, Bones. You're doing a great job, buddy.
Could you possibly give me control of my token back?
Oh, say what?
Could you possibly give me control of my token back? I tried to swap.
No. You have no control.
What happened?
Like it's a short rest. So I'm gonna lose my form, and I tried to swap back, and
and
I can't.
And you can't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I did, but I lost my cone of vision and my ability to interact with my token.
Weird. Let's reset your token real quick. Let's see if that fixes it. Whoop up. Better?
Nope, gone.
Well, shit.
The token is now missing.
We will figure that out between now and next session, right? Because what happens is you guys basically take your short rest, right? Some of you actually binding wounds, taking meals, those types of things, right?
Yep.
And then Bones, roll your bone crafting for me.
Oh, 11.
Ooh, 11.
This is hot garbage. I break it in half.
Oh yeah, it's just common at that point, huh?
Yeah. I look at it and I'm like, damn, I did a really shitty job at this, and I throw it down.
But you see, right? You see where the material could be useful, right? So if you ever find a creature like this in the future, you have an idea, right, of what some of the value might be. But unfortunately, you kind of butchered it this time around.
Ezra takes a step into the spiderwebs to summon the second Drider.
Okay. No such
What do you mean
Drider
second?
appears,
You mean third and fourth?
and we will figure out where our adventuring takes us next time on Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Had fun tonight, guys. I hope
Yeah,
everyone
it was a good
enjoyed. That was
session.
a fun little exploration. You guys kind of like did this.
Stupid shit.
No, not stupid at all. You're acting. You know, you're not just hoboing your way through absolutely everything. So you guys are acting or interacting with the people and surroundings that you meet. But it was funny because you guys, this is a huge map, right? And you guys basically went right down the center of it. So when I update the map next week, you guys are gonna have like this big long line down the center of the
This
map,
vein
and
that
then
just goes down the
west and east are gonna be like unexplored. So I'm looking forward to it. This is gonna be really cool. I hope you guys had a good time. See you all next time. Peace.
Hi, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Good shot, Rachel.